now a very good time to speak to Anirudh Garg from INVasset PMS, who joins us now to discuss market fundamentals and his top sectoral picks. Thank you so much, Anirudh, for joining us. First up, what does one do in a situation like this where volatility is very, very high? How are you allocating money?
So Vivek, first of all, a very good morning and thank you for having me. Vivek, as we have discussed for the past few months, maybe starting October on your show, that we had shifted to 100% cash. And now I would be in no hesitation to say that we are deploying our cash very, very actively. We were 50% invested till yesterday. Today, maybe another 20-30%. So yes, I think this is a very, very good time to invest. This is not the right time to talk about risk. Just have a diversified portfolio. Buy whatever you like in the market. I think it is going to be very, very rewarding next 2 years from here.
Hi Anirudh, good morning. This is Vinny this side. Anirudh, you said you're deploying cash. Where is that cash going? Which sectors are you looking at? And large and mid cap, which side is it looking at?
Vinny, the funda is very, very simple. Everything that you liked at the top, nothing has changed. Whatever you liked at the top, you're getting it at a 30-40% discount. So just go in. We are buying pharmaceuticals. We are buying electronic manufacturing services, maybe a few financial NBFCs. And then we are also stock market related, maybe some exchange, maybe some depository, maybe some brokers, mutual funds. So everything you liked at the top, nothing has changed actually in the market. A few consumption names as well, a few retail names as well. So yes, the funda remains simple. Wherever you see growth coming for the next 2 years, I think this is a wonderful, wonderful time. When capitulation happens in weak hands, they exit the market. And the fear is at its maximum. It's the best time to enter the markets.
Anirudh, especially some of the export-oriented sectors, especially names that export to the US market, names like pharma, maybe some IT services companies, some of the commodity plays. Are you worried about retaliatory tariffs? Have you done any sensitivity analysis, especially when it comes to the pharma sector? Remember, the last 2 weeks, much of the selling was attributed to worries of tariffs coming in there. So, would you, be worried about that? Do you see further downside in case, retaliatory tariffs does come through?
So retaliatory tariffs will come through, but, ultimately the business has to go on as usual. US doesn't have many options to when it comes to pharmaceuticals, especially, and IT. These are very specialized businesses. You do not have any options. You cannot take your health to for a cheaper price. You cannot take them to countries who have not specialized in it. So Indian pharmaceutical companies, Indian IT companies over the past 3 decades, with the support of the government and the extraordinary entrepreneurs that you have in these sectors, have excelled very much. They have a lot of expertise, and everybody post-COVID knows that alternate to China has to be made. So I think these US tariffs will be a blessing in disguise for the Indian pharmaceutical and IT companies. And owing to their specializations, the better ones, the ones which have a hold of their businesses, will excel.
Absolutely, whichever hold of your businesses will excel. That's a word coming in on those, US-based export-oriented stocks. Anirudh, specifically, anything on the banking side that you would be looking at? How are you looking at these banking or financial names?
Not to take names, but we are looking actively at some consumer finance companies. I think there is another relative change that has happened in the market, and that is that the budget stops, the income tax cuts that the government has given to the middle class. And ultimately, it will translate into good profits in the coming couple of years for some consumer finance companies.
Anirudh, what we want to understand from you is right now you've said very openly that the last couple of trading sessions, you believe there's been quite a bit of a capitulation and you've added aggressively to some of the bets that you liked. Any sectors, even at current levels, that you look to avoid? The second question is, especially capital goods names like Siemens, Cummins, even a name like L&T have actually corrected quite significantly from the top. Do you like any of these names?
Oh, they are a 15 to 20% of our portfolio. Some good names here. So we like capital goods. The valuations have corrected, and these companies are wonderful companies. We're just sticking to the leaders here for now, because there is only one negative thing that is happening in India. That is the free swaps that the government is giving in the elections. But I think now the election season is a bit over. Again, the focus will shift to capex, and the valuations have corrected immensely. We were amazed that you are getting two ABBs for one ABB, which was trading 3 months back. Yeah, so wonderful, wonderful, wonderful valuations. And I think it's a time to buy everything that you like. It's just
Anirudh, when you
if
say
buy-
when you say it as a negative, are you worried that capital goods companies are finding it tough to find labor? Is that what you are alluding to?
No. I see the fund kitty is limited. So if you keep on giving SOPs, then ultimately it's the capital goods that suffers
Capex,
historically.
right.
Yeah. So that is some worry. But when it comes to the leaders, they are the people that you have to opt to. When there comes a crisis, a little bit of crisis in a particular sector, the leaders, they excel and take a better seat. So I think the leaders here in the capital goods sector in various industries should do better.
Okay. Anirudh, you mentioned consumption is also something that you all are looking at. What I want to know is it going to be more staples or discretionary side is what you're looking at?
No, we are not very, very bullish on the discretionary side, neither on the staple side. We are more bullish on the new economy side of consumption.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's something like a Zomato, Swiggy and all is what you're looking at?
Yeah,
We have only
Zomato,
two names.
Swiggy, there are some other names as well. But unfortunately, we're not allowed to take names. But
Sure.
But yes, there is a lot of change happening in the. I do not like these two companies as per se, because I believe there is too much competition here, and with an active number of competitors joining in, I believe it will be very, very difficult for them to excel in the coming few years. There are some other wonderful companies. We are looking at some companies in retail as well. Some from the biggest groups in India.
Right. Names like Trent, etc., which have corrected quite significantly.
Yes, they are wonderful companies. Wonderful.
I'm sure you have your eye on them. Anirudh, one thing which we want to understand from you is within the financial space, right? There are PSU banks, there are private banks, NBFCs, MFIs. A lot of them have seen significant correction, especially names from the MFI space. Could you make a basket for us as to which are the companies or which are the pockets within this financial space that you like currently?
See, so I think the entire financial space, when it comes to the scenario that we are in, financials do very, very well. So we like PSU banks as well, though we have not bought them currently. We're waiting some more. We like, as I told you, consumer finance companies. We like some big banks as well, big private banks as well. We are generally more inclined towards the entire the entire financial space. MFSI is all these companies which cater to small loans, very, very small loans, is something that we don't really track that much, because for us it is very, very difficult. And for the management talks that we have, I think they all take it as a compulsion from the government rather than they're not very bullish. They don't like it, so we also don't like it. We like companies in finance where there is self-sustainable growth.
Okay, so the MFIs, the place where you've seen maximum pain, are places that you continue to stay away from. What is the reason for that?
Do you stay away from? But on the same time, we say that the valuations have become extraordinarily attractive.
Right. Thank you so much, Anirudh, for joining in. Last time around when you joined us, you called for the correction has come, and now you're sticking your neck out and saying that you are deploying cash as far as markets are concerned. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, let's now slip into